We open on one of the oddest scenes in cinematic history. A pair of twins in an orgasm fight club.
Fight, 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 fight,
Pauline wakes up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Her younger sister Grace suffers from cystic fibrosis. Reed from Criminal Minds took a step back from the FBI and a step into the daddest pants of all time. Pauline is that classmate that asks the hard-hitting questions during sex ed.
Pauline?
Can you contract an STD from having sex with a dead person?
She's got her eyes on the prize, and that prize is necrophilia. This interesting girl and her over-controlling mother, Phyllis, have a unique relationship. Phyllis mothers the shit out of her daughter on their ride home.
Buckle your seatbelt. If you want to be treated as an adult, you need to start acting like one.
Adults aren't like children. They wear seatbelts. John Waters and that oh-so-thin mustache makes a cameo. Pauline has mastered the playbook of all of Christianity's loopholes.
Okay, here goes. I'm planning on having premarital sex. I'm under the impression if I ask you to forgive me, you kind of have to. I'm gonna move forward as planned. Amen.
Our creepy protagonist has sociopathic tendencies and unrealistic aspirations of becoming a surgeon. She sits down with her sister and discusses her sexual drive in graphic detail, something I'm sure Grace was just itching to hear.
It's a common misconception that having intercourse during menstruation is unhealthy. When I lose my virginity, I want to be on my period.
You do you, girl. You do you. In the next chapter of The New Adventures of Old Pauline, she gives herself a nose piercing. Phyllis is not a fan.
You ruined your face?
You know, I pierced a few things when I was younger, too.
A popular game amongst teenagers, the sisters play croquet in the front yard. Their neighbor across the street is just creepily staring at the girls and jumping rope. Pauline tries to spark up a conversation because if we've learned anything about her character, it's that she's a social butterfly.
I haven't jumped rope since lower school. I'm flat-footed. It's bad for my knees. Okay?
The neighbor denies Pauline's request to jump in and puts up her middle finger to the sky to let them know that she's still rock and roll.
Hey! Don't be mean to my sister.
Pauline is a multitasker and purchases a scalpel kit online while scheduling a date with a boy named Matt. She then goes to the washroom and, well, yeah. Matt's got that rich parent money and picks up Lil Polly in his Beamer. He opens the door for her because he's a
motherfucker gentleman.
Pauline doesn't like to dilly-dally.
Take off your pants?
She's a girl of her word. And that's noble, right? Grace's condition is getting worse, and Phyllis is looking into options for lung transplants, which is strangely a bit of an emotional relief for the audience, because we can now feel something other than disgust. Pauline, now bringing us back to reality, then prays for her mother's death, vomits on a classmate, and then forcibly makes out with an underage boy while sporting a cold sore. Phyllis has had it up to here with her antics, and threatens to give her the boot. Pauline goes for a stroll, finds a dead bird, and performs surgery to remove its lungs. As taught in Harvard Med, she licks the blood off her hands as a little end-of-shift snack. Phyllis tries to make amends with Pauline, but her daughter wants none of it and she carves a cross into her arm to prep for Easter. Our girl overhears the news that Grace urgently needs a lung transplant. So being an aspiring doctor, she decides, hey, why not take things into her own hands? Build the college portfolio, you know? When Phyllis leaves for the afternoon, Pauline has a remarkably productive day. She drugs her father, lures the jump rope girl into the backyard, chloroforms her, drags her to the garage, chloroforms Grace, stops to give herself a haircut, and finally begins performing a lung transplant between the two girls in the wackiest finale of any movie I've ever seen. Thinking the lungs are like simplistic puzzle pieces, she rips them out and places them in the other's body. Phyllis comes home and finds the girls having their playdate in the garage. She's horrified, and I get where she's coming from. Pauline and Phyllis both break down, and well, yeah, that was the movie. Was the surgery successful? Fuck no. But she tried, and sometimes a good effort is all that matters. If you suffer from dry lips, like making sidewalk chalk art mixed with a little foreshadowing, or let your arms sway ever more emphatically when you're angry, then this movie's for you. Drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more horror recaps. Comment down below what movies you want to see butchered next.